Hey, everybody. Hey, Real Talk Recovery fam-a-lam bam. Fam-a-lam bam. Ooh, my back's killing me. Hey, Sky. What's up, girl? My back is killing me, you guys. Okay, girl. I'll see you when you get back. Hey, Brian. What's up, babe? Brian, you've become a regular member of the Real Talk Recovery family. You know that? I want you to come tell your story. Would you be willing to do that one day? Hold on, guys. I'm cooking cheese sticks for Nate, so hold on just a second. Hey, Nick. What's up, bub? Hey, you guys. Nick started a second channel called Matson Reactions. We need to all go subscribe to it so that way he can have some subscribers over there. Okay. Why is my sister calling me? Kenneth, what are you talking about, babe? What are you talking about? We don't know what you're talking about. You have to be more specific, hun. Hey, Misty, what's up, girl? Hey, everybody. Come on in, have a seat. Why don't you guys do me a solid? Let's drop our recovery dates in the comment section so that way we can give people out there that are maybe struggling some experience, strength, and hope. And of course. Hey, Sam, how's it going, girl? Hey, Shelly, what's up, girl? Hey, Molly, what's up, babe? Hey, everybody, come on in. I'm trying to think about what we're going to talk about today. I'm thinking we're going to, I'm going to share some stories with you guys. So, okay. Hey, Kim, what's up, girl? I remembered it was you. You guys, let me see what my sister wanted real fast, okay? Sorry. What'd you want? I'm doing a live stream, so. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. And what'd they say? Listen to me. I'm going to text you a website that you can buy them from secondhand and they're cheaper. I love you. Bye. Okay. Sorry about that. So, How's everybody doing tonight? Welcome to everybody. Welcome. Yeah, Kenneth, probably not. I have no idea what you're talking about. So, anyway, let's get back into it. New visitor. Hey, Merk. Hey, Leslie. Leslie made it, you guys. She made it. Woohoo! I'm just giving you a hard time, Leslie. Let me put my phone on mute. Okay, so what's up, all my Facebook and YouTube peeps? What's up, Christine? How you doing, girl? So, you guys, we're going to have some new people coming over because guess what? Real Talk Recovery hit 12,000 followers on TikTok. So we're fixing to go over on TikTok right now, and we're going to let everybody know. In fact, we'll do this. Live on YouTube, please join. I've been telling them about how you guys are like the most supportive, amazing recovery family ever. And I've been trying to let everyone know about Real Talk Recovery over here on YouTube. And so over there, you know, I can only do like 60-second videos. And so here we can do a lot longer. So welcome to everybody to Real Talk Recovery, where we talk about recovery from addiction and I share my life with you. My name is Nicole and I'm an addict and I'm in recovery. You guys know how I feel about the word addict. I'm trying to say that I'm a person in recovery. So I'm not trying to say addict anymore. I'm really trying to get away from saying that. Here on my channel, the purpose of my channel, you guys, is to help people that are struggling with addiction so they know that they're not alone. I have a YouTube channel and I want all of my people from TikTok to come over to YouTube. It's called Real Talk Recovery and we are live right now on YouTube. So as you guys come over here to TikTok, if y'all don't mind, click the link in my bio and come and join us on YouTube. So you guys, what do y'all want to talk about? What I was thinking we could do is, because I've been having so much fun telling stories over on my TikTok, what I was thinking we could do is I could tell you guys some stories. And then I could also wrap it around to a recovery. So a lot of people don't understand that the purpose of telling these stories is to reach people that are still out there, that are still struggling in their active addiction. So I have been thinking over some stories and I have a whole, y'all know, my people that have been with me on Real Talk Recovery for a while know that we have a whole playlist of relapse prevention videos, okay? A whole playlist of relapse prevention videos where I talk about times that I got sober, right? And when I say I got sober, I mean like I quit doing drugs. I got sober and I started working a program and going to meetings and I relapsed. So what I wanted to do, you guys, is I wanted to share some of those stories with you and also share with you guys how now that I'm 5 years sober, I see where I messed up. You know what I mean? A lot of people think that it's bad to reflect like I do. I reflect on my active addiction a lot. I go back there, you guys, because it's what keeps me from returning there and staying. I remember how fucked up it was to be in my active addiction. I remember how much it sucked and it was not fun. Like I didn't have, okay, so at the beginning of my addiction, I had a good time. I was partying. I was young. I was still in high school. But once my addiction took over, I lost everything, you know? And so I remember this one time in particular that I went to my first treatment center, and it was a treatment center called Quapaw House Incorporated in Hot Springs, Arkansas. I went to that treatment center, right? Oh, it's okay, Christine. I understand. Oh no! What's up, Ob? Ob's in the house. Sober Ob's in the house. Fuckity fuck. So I had went to this treatment center, you guys, and it was called Quapaw House Incorporated. I stayed there for 30 days. I will never forget it because I met my very good friend Scott there. He was a gay guy, right? And we cooked in the kitchen together. Now, part of the things in rehabs is what they'll have you do when you go to rehab is they'll give you a job, right? You can do something like you can work in the kitchen, or you can sweep up the cigarette butts out back, or you can help the counselors get the group room ready. Like they have little things like that, right? To help you learn responsibility. So me and Scott's responsibility was cooking. We cooked breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And so every morning we would wake up and guess what we would put on? Madonna. Like a virgin, he touched for the very first time. Anyway, we would dance to Madonna, you guys, the whole time we were cooking breakfast for the whole treatment center, okay? So I had so much fun. Every time I've ever been to treatment, you guys, I've met some of the most amazing people, and I've had so much fun doing it. Like, I don't really think I've ever had a bad experience going to treatment. So anyway, I went to treatment there. We graduated. We both graduated at the same time, and he went to a halfway house in Hot Springs, and I ended up moving back in with my parents, right? I moved back in with my parents, and they were like letting me stay there under one condition: as long as I stayed sober and I got a job. So I went and got a job working for this place called Colorado Grill. It was a Mexican restaurant in downtown Hot Springs. I got a job there, and so did my friend Scott. So we both got jobs there. Just like right around my neck, and it drives me crazy. So we both got jobs at the Colorado Grill together. Well, we were working there, and I remember like we started out pretty solid. We were going to meetings together. I had a sponsor. Her name was Candace. Scott had a sponsor. His name was, I think it was Shane. And we were doing pretty good, right? Well, Scott relapsed first. And I was like, I'm not going to relapse. But you know me, I stayed hanging out with him. And this is one thing that I've learned, you guys, in my recovery is that, and y'all tell me what you think, I cannot hang out with people that are getting high. I tell myself I can, and I try it. I try to hang out with people that are getting high, but every time I do it, I end up fucking up, right? I end up fucking up, and then I end up losing everything. So I was trying to stay sober, and he was already relapsed. Well, lo and behold, I met this lady at Colorado Grill who worked with me. Her name was Connie, and she had a prescription for those methadone 10, the little square rectangular pills, and she gave me one, and I was off to the races, you guys. So reflecting back on that experience, let's learn from that experience. Okay, so let me get a pen and a piece of paper, because it always helps me when I can write stuff down and I can see where I made the mistake. Okay, and I want you guys to tell me where you think I made the mistake. Okay, hey Nate, do you want these cheese sticks? So in that story time, how many of you guys can tell me where I made the mistake? Class? I'm just playing. So I would say the first mistake I think I made was, honestly, you guys, the first mistake I made was thinking that I could stay sober and be friends with somebody I was in treatment with. And I know a lot of you guys might not agree with me, but friends from rehab, okay? People that you are in rehab with that have the same amount of sober time as you, none. It's like a recipe for disaster. Do you know how many times I've been to treatment? I've made friends with people, moved out of the treatment center, and then we all started hanging out together, and we all relapsed together. So my number one advice to anybody who has found themselves in a similar situation is to hang out with people who have more sober time than you. You want your cheese sticks? They're right here. I have to get them out of the cooker. I was cooking them. And baby, they're good. Do you like cheddar peppers too, or no?
No.
Okay. Hiya! Hot
Can I bring it with candy since
Do you want ranch or marinara to dip in?
Nothing.
Nothing? Look.
Marinara.
Marinara? Ooh, baby, don't they look good? Don't they look good?
No.
Boo thing, don't they look good?
No.
Here you go.
Is this Starburst?
Yeah.
Is this miniature Starburst?
Yeah. There you go, mister.
Miniature Starburst?
Do not spill them, Nate.
Do not peep on them.
Bye, King.
I'm not a king. You're a
Bye, King. Love you, King.
Love you, butthole.
Hey, Nancy. What's up, girl? So how many of you guys agree with that statement? Hey, Sam. What's up, baby? So, and listen, you guys, does this mean that you can't have friends that are, newly sober? I'm not saying that, you guys, but one of my experiences is that every time I've kept people around me that had the same amount of sober time than me or less, guess what ends up happening? So when you have people, let's say we're all 6 months sober, right? And something happens where there's a trigger or an opportunity to get high. And you say, one of your friends goes, yeah, so-and-so came over and they brought some pills over. What should I do? What?
I think this is literally frozen since it's cold.
Nate, it's supposed to be cold.
Can you cook it?
It's supposed to be cold.
Mom, it's not supposed to be cold.
Nathaniel, it's marinara, son. Coming in today. You know
Every
that?
single sauce is supposed to be
Nathaniel,
cooked.
you don't heat up marinara. Watch.
Is that what happens?
Now there. Do not spill it.
It's not like I'm gonna.
Okay, Nate.
It's gonna turn to more like.
Okay. You got it. I heated it up. Okay. So anyway, when you have people that are all hanging out with you and we only have 6 months sober, all of us, right? None of us has any experience staying sober. So when an opportunity arises that we could go get high, what are we going to do? We're going to reach in our bag of tricks of how to get high. We don't have a bag of tricks on how to stay sober yet. We have no experience. So a lot of people get upset with me when I point things like this out. I tell them, hey guys, you're all new in your recovery, move around a little bit, spread out, reach out to some people that have been down this road before you, right? They get upset with me. Oh, well, everybody's recovery is different. Yeah. Right? I have to let you guys know, like, when I was 6 months sober, I was a hot mess. When I was a year sober, I'm still a hot mess. But at least now I have experience. I have had experience staying sober through my husband's relapses. I have had experience staying sober through friends getting high. I have had experience staying sober through being triggered. I have had experience staying sober through drinking kombucha and thinking that I relapsed on alcohol. I have had some experiences. I have had experience on staying sober when my washer and dryer broke down and I freaked out because I thought that I was going to lose everything because it was so much money to get it fixed. What I'm trying to say is the longer that I stay sober, the more experience that I build in that area. And so that's where I'm pulling from, So that was the mistake I made first. The first mistake I made was running around with people who had no experience staying sober. Okay, second mistake that I made back then was not utilizing my sober support. So I went out and got a sponsor, started working the 12 steps, but guess what I would do? I would only call her when I felt like talking to her, or I would only go to a meeting when I knew a cute boy was going to be there, or I would only, spend time with my sponsor when it would benefit me. I was still in active addiction mode. I was still in, what can I get out of this friendship? Wait, so did you get a new washer and dryer or fix them? Okay, so remember when, I think that you guys have been with, y'all know when it did it. My washer and dryer, this is probably like it's broke down 3 times since I've been sober, just so y'all know. The first year it broke down, I freaked out. Luckily, we were able to call somebody and they just had to replace this little heating element thing. Then the second time, it was the washer that started leaking out of the bottom, right? And I'm freaking out because you know how it is. Like that's a huge thing, you guys. When when you have kids and you're trying to keep your whole house running, you're trying to get shit cleaned, having a washer and a dryer is so important. Again, all we had to do is fix something because they're older washer and dryers. They're not like these new ones. You guys, the older ones you can get fixed. So I've had that washer and dryer fixed 3 times. So, but thanks for asking, Mark. Good question. I'm having such a good time, and I hope you guys can tell that I'm like a lot happier. I feel like I'm getting a balance going on with my schedule. I'm having a good time. Now, the only thing that I got to get balanced out, y'all, is the phone. I have a lot of phone calls that come through, but I'm getting it to where they're manageable now, because what will happen when people are calling and they're looking for treatment, sometimes it seems like they're all calling at the same time. Like, I won't have anybody call for like 2 days in a row, and then all of a sudden the phones will just be like, bring, bring, and I'm like, hello, hello, hello. I literally have this phone glued to my brain. And I feel so much better, you guys. I really, really do. I just needed to take a little break. I needed to let go and let God and realize that I cannot control my husband. And I'll tell you guys, one of the things that has been really beneficial for me is the support that I get from Dr. B and Dr. G and Austin. I never would have thought that working for Dr. B, I would have gotten a whole nother family. But I literally have, like, I feel like I have two new dads and a brother. You know what I mean? The 2 doctors are my second dads, and then Austin is my big brother. I feel like I have an extended family, and I've always wanted to work for a place where I felt like we were all together on the same page, and I finally feel like that. I finally feel like I have a job to be proud of. New visitor. And I haven't felt like that in a long time. So, hey Tanya, how are you doing? How's your daughter doing? I hate my washing machine too, girl. I hate folding laundry, y'all. So anyway, we see where we left. We see where I messed up, though. I really took my sobriety, you guys, into my own hands, and I really thought that I had it all figured out. And one of the things that I've learned so much. Oh, babe, Tanya, I'm sorry, girl. Thanks, Nancy. It's good. Yes, Brian, absolutely. And it's not so much like loving what I do. It's like my boss and Dr. B and Dr. G are like, they treat me good. You know what I mean? And I haven't had that in a job in a really long time. A really long time. The last time I had a job where I felt like I was part of the family was when I worked for Miss Kathy at Kroger. She was my manager, and she was like my second mom, and she still calls me to this day. Her son is in recovery, and we still talk to this day. Like, she has been such a good friend to me, you know, and helped me in my own recovery. But I just am happy to be able to have those resources, because I need support. You know, that's one thing that I really struggle with, is the lack, not having a lot of outside support here. Like, I have you guys, but I don't really mess with a bunch of people, you know. I don't talk to a bunch of people. Molly, I know, it's crazy, huh, girl? And Molly, you guys were doing such a good job today when we did that live stream earlier. That's exactly how I want it to be. Just like it is here on YouTube, we have moderators here that do the same thing. They welcome people and they let everybody know that we're here for them. And so that's how I want it to be, just like that on TikTok. So I was so proud of you guys. I didn't even have to say anything, and y'all were like, welcome. Hey, y'all, you were greeting every person. I was so happy to see that. That's exactly what this is about. So it was really good job. Good job. So let's move on to another relapse experience, you guys. And this one's going to be a little different, okay? And I want you guys to tell me what you think I did wrong in this situation, okay? Let me think. Okay. I got a good one for y'all. So when I got out of prison, y'all know I did a year in prison, and then I paroled out to a halfway house here in Little Rock. Well, I moved into the halfway house, and I immediately got my own room. I didn't have a roommate, right? And so it took about a week before I got a roommate. But my first roommate that was assigned to me was this young girl. She was 16 years old. I'll never forget, you guys. Her name was Andy. Well, she was blonde hair, blue eyes, and her addiction was methamphetamine. And so she and I would stay up and we would talk, but for the most part, I was set on staying sober. Like I wasn't gonna go get high. Well, one night I was laying in bed and she decided to sneak out the window, right? And so I was like, "Where are you going, girl? Where are you going?" And she was like, "Oh, I'll be back. Cover for me." And so I was like, okay, well, that night when they did room checks, she had laid like a stuffed animal or something on her bed. And so when the guy stuck his head in the window to check on us, I was like, oh, we're fine. And they went ahead and left. They checked and they moved on. So they didn't know that she was not in the bed. Well, the next morning when I woke up, she returned and she was high as Cooter Brown. Like she had injection marks on her arms. Like you could really tell that she had been out getting high. And I told her that I covered for her and that nobody knew she was gone. Well, long story short, they noticed that she was acting different and they realized that she was high and gave her a drug test. And she ended up going back into treatment, going into the residential treatment center. Well, not long after she did that, um, I started dating this guy named Chad. Now, I wasn't dating him, but one of my girlfriends that was staying in the halfway house with me liked him. And so she was trying to talk to him, and I was being a little hoochie mama and going behind her back. Well, I ended up going to a hotel room with him. She got mad at me. And then I went to a hotel room with this guy named Trevor, and I relapsed on methamphetamine. And I went back into into the sober living or into the residential treatment center. Well, I was in the residential treatment center with Andy. So now we're both back in the rehab together, right? We both relapsed just about like a week and a half, 2 weeks apart. Well, I came out of treatment and I moved back into the halfway house and I stayed sober, you guys, for almost 9 months. I think I got a job. I started going to meetings. I got a sponsor. I moved into my own apartment. Things were going good, right? Um, and then my friend Ashley started relapsing and I went and relapsed with her. So that's basically two relapses in that story. What the first part where I made a mistake, y'all want to know where it was? The very beginning of the story when she told me to lie for her, and I did. I lied for her and I covered for her while she snuck out of the room. That was the beginning of my relapse because I was not being honest. So there's three things in recovery that you need to have, and those things are honesty, open-mindedness, and willingness, right? Well, I was not being honest, and I was definitely too willing to cover for her. So that's never good. Covering for somebody that's lying and getting high behind the treatment center's back or behind your family's back, that's not healthy. That's not the right thing to do. And when we're lying, deep down inside, I knew that that was wrong. So that was triggering something inside of me, right? So right then I'm doing my old behaviors. That was the first mistake I made. The second mistake I made was not going and telling someone. I should have went to the staff right away and said, my roommate snuck out. I'm really worried about her. She's using, because she could have died. And then what would I have done? I would have felt responsible. And then the third mistake that I made was, let me think. Okay. The third mistake I made was getting into a relationship or trying to be in a relationship. So one thing that I struggled with when I got sober was I was really insecure and I would search for validation from men. Like I wanted, I have 2 out of 3 anyway. Hey, Sky. I had no business, you guys, trying to get into a relationship with some dude. First of all, some guy that was supposedly supposed to be dating my friend. So I was being a bad friend, right? And second of all, I just got out of prison. Like, I didn't need to be in a relationship with any man. And I always get super unhealthy, you guys, when I get into relationships with guys out of treat. Like, I end up putting so much obsession into it that it's like unhealthy. There's no way that the relationship can be healthy. It becomes a toxic, hot mess. And that's what I did. It became a toxic, hot mess for real. And you know what, Sky, you have been doing really good on being honest. You know what I'm saying? Do you want to come up and share? Hold on, let me get the link, you guys. Sorry. Oh, hello. Hey, what's up? Yeah. She said you have to. Well, I don't think you have to. I'm pretty sure you don't have to. You just need to come in and submit to a drug screen um, um, sometime within the month, because you'll either have to go get one done at a lab or something and have it sent to our office, or come up to the office when you have time and do it then. But you can do it through telemedicine, so don't worry. Yeah. So what we'll do is tomorrow morning, call me when you get up before your appointment, so I can call and make sure that you get the link to sign on to see Dr. B on the video. Well, then you're going to be fine then. No worries. Yep. Yep. Okay, cool deal. And told you, I told you we could get you in fast. And that way you don't have to be not feeling good. How many days has it been since you took your last dose? Okay. Damn, man, I hope you don't feel too bad. Do you have any medicine, like comfort medicines, like, or smoking any weed, or taking any, I think it's kratom. Have you tried any of that? Well, look at me. We don't recommend it. We don't recommend it, but there's like over the counter remedies that you can like look up on YouTube that'll just kind of help you to sleep a little bit better tonight. Okay. All right. Oh, he'll call your prescription in right away. You just make sure that make sure that it's a pharmacy that you have a relationship with, because what happens a lot of times is we've been getting some pharmacies that are just kind of giving us a little bit of a hard time. So, um, if you can call ahead of time to your pharmacy and make sure that they have them in stock too. Okay. Okay. All right. Call me tomorrow. All right. Bye. Sorry about that, guys. New visitor. Hey, Booger Brains, what's up? Every time I say your name, I think it's so funny. I'm so glad to see all you guys here. Yes, honest. Sky is very good at being honest. What did you say, Merk? What did you say? I don't think you can put a time limit on the relationship thing. It's more of a don't get into a relationship until you're whole and love yourself. Yeah, I didn't love myself at all. I could have probably put a longer time limit on it, probably over a year. Amodian, I'll text him that. Thank you, Sam. Hey, Rhonda, what's up, girl? Good call. Good call. So, I always had a problem, you guys, with like getting into relationships with people that it was just, I was not healthy. I was not in a healthy place. Sorry about that. Let me get this link. So if anybody wants to come up and share, I'm going to get the link and put it in the chat. Okay. I was just unhealthy. I was unhealthy and I was a hot mess. But now I'm a lot better off. Okay. There you go. So if anybody wants to come up and share about their experiences with relapse and maybe some experiences that they saw that they did wrong and now they're trying to make it right. Or if you just want to share about how your Monday went, if you want to talk about if you're struggling with anything, y'all know the deal. You're more than welcome to come up here and share. What I've been trying to do is on every Monday, I've been trying to take Mondays extra slow, you guys, because one thing that I can do is like I can get up and I can get really overwhelmed with all the tasks that I have for that day. And so on Mondays, that's like my start to the week, right? And so I try to line out all the things that I need to do throughout the week on Monday. So that way I'm not doing them all at the last minute, which is something that I'm pretty much notorious for doing. Tomorrow, I have a interview with Kyle from Sober Dogs. And I was supposed to do it last Tuesday, but I freaking forgot about it. So tomorrow night at 7, I'm going to do a Zoom interview with him. And then I need to get another one of our Real Talk Recovery people. This guy named Marcus is going to come on tomorrow night, you guys, and talk about telemedicine and maintenance medication and all that good stuff. So I've got some stuff planned for the channel. It's just I have to get it all lined out and get it planned on doing it. You know what I mean? Hey, Joe, what's up? Sup, Joe? Okay, so, hey, what was that book you guys were telling me about that y'all are using in the Mara? Because the other one's not ready yet. Last night in the Patreon, you guys, we read about the different types of codependence. Let me get my book. It was pretty good. Okay. So last night we were reading this book on Sundays in our meeting on Patreon, and that drives me crazy. So yesterday we were talking about codependent characteristics, right? And I was learning about how basically I'm like all of these rewired. Okay, that's what I was thinking about. Okay. And so the more I read about codependency, the more I see that it's totally everything that I do in life. It's crazy. At the end of it, it says, go through the checklist in this chapter, mark each characteristic with 0 if it is never a problem for you, mark the characteristic with a 1 if it is occasionally a problem. How do you feel about changing yourself? What do you think would happen if you begin to change? Do you think you can change? Well, heck yeah, I can change. You know, it's not going to be easy though. I know that because I've practiced doing these things for so many years. Just like whenever we get sober, it's not, you guys, for me, it was not easy because I practiced getting high for so many years. Hey, Raimi, what's up? But now that I'm in recovery, I don't have to live like that anymore, you know? And it takes one day at a time, you guys. One day at a time, I have been able to change my life and turn things around. And I'm grateful for that. And I know you guys are doing the same thing. A lot of us have come so far, you guys, so freaking far that we are miracles to even be alive, you know? It's super important for us. I feel like it's really important to realize that we are really changing our lives, you guys. And a lot of people don't ever change. I put this video out about my child protective services experience on TikTok, and I got a lot of comments from people saying things like, you should never get your son back. Why would you choose drugs over your son? This, that, and the third. And it made me realize that, you know, a lot of people don't understand that addiction is a disease. A lot of people think it's a choice, you guys. Here on YouTube, it's so much better here. But let me just tell you guys, I want to read some of the comments that I get, and y'all will know. It's so crazy how people are stuck in this old school mentality that, how is every woman supposed to be perfect and never make any mistakes? Um, anyway, I just think it's crazy that a lot of people don't understand, that when you're a woman, it's not because I want people to know that I wasn't like, you know what, I'm choosing drugs over my son. I don't care. That's not how it is. Like that thought never even crossed my mind. The thought that I was choosing drugs over my child never crossed my mind. What crossed my mind was I have to get this substance. I have to get this drug. If I don't, I'm not going to feel good. If I don't, I'm not going to be okay. You know? Hey, Erin, what's up, girl? That's what it felt like. It felt like I was never going to be okay. It felt like I was broken, and that there was not going to be any way for me to heal. And so I wish that we could help people understand that, and that's why that's why I'm telling my stories, you know? Exactly. They do not understand the addiction. Rhonda, say it again, girl, for the people in the back. It's like, I honestly, you guys don't know anybody who wants to live like that, that wants to lose their children, and losing my son, you guys, was one of the worst things that's ever happened. It was one of those things that I will forever feel so much guilt about, but it's also one of the things that helped me to wake up and make my changes in my life. And so I'm grateful that it happened. I'm grateful that I have that experience and that I can help other people not have to go through that same experience, It's 2020. You would think people would be more educated. Molly. Hey, Ruben, what's up? A period. There's no questions to be asked, right, Misty? I don't understand why people don't understand that. You know what I mean? Um, they either don't understand or they not ever had a family member who has struggled with the disease of addiction. That's what I don't understand. Like, no one wants it. The people who judge are often uneducated, right? Those people have never had addiction problems. True that. Um, so what we can do here is keep telling our stories so that way we can keep educating people about the disease of addiction and helping people who do have it to be able to recover. There's a whole recovery community here on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok. You guys, there's so many amazing people that are in recovery that are sharing their stories. Like, I think it's so amazing, you guys. I have so much fun, like, finding people and hearing people's stories. I love it. Like, I'm literally getting back to where I'm having a good time again. Like, I'm starting to get excited about recovery, and I'm trying to find people that can come on and like more different people that want to come on and share their stories. Like, it gets me excited. You know what I mean? So anyway, I'm having a good time, y'all. Did we hit 1,000 yet on the Mara group? Let's see. Let me see here. Yeah. Yes, we did. I don't think I know anybody who hasn't been touched by addiction, so it blows my mind people have that mindset. Well, you know what it is, Molly? It's people who are like, I think their parents raised them to be like that. Like, their parents were people who were like super judgmental, super closed-minded, maybe like really religious and stuff. Addiction is horrible. Why we pick the drugs over anything in our life, even our loved ones. I still don't know, but addiction is the worst thing there is, I think. So, Rhonda, do you want me to tell you why you pick the drugs? Why it's like that? Listen to me, Rhonda. What happens in our brain when we take drugs and alcohol into our bodies? If you have the disease of addiction, if you're an addict and you take a substance like alcohol, meth, cocaine, heroin, crack, whatever it is, into your body doesn't respond the way a person who doesn't have the disease. Your body doesn't metabolize that substance the same way somebody who does not have the disease. Your body takes that substance in, and then your body responds by wanting more. It's like, wow, that felt good. I liked the way that made me feel. I think I'm going to try more. That's what happens to a person who has a disease of addiction. A person who doesn't have the disease, what happens is they take substances into their body and they are like, I didn't like that. Or they'll drink a beer or some vodka and they'll say, I don't like the way that tastes, or I don't like feeling out of control. I don't like I don't like feeling that way. But a person who has an addiction, it makes us feel good. Our response to it is different, right? And then what happens is after using that drug or alcohol for so long, your brain and your body becomes hijacked. Your whole system is hijacked by drugs and alcohol. Therefore, you start choosing the drugs because your brain is only doing what it knows to do, which is like muscle memory. Okay. So, you know how when you start smoking cigarettes and then you become addicted to cigarettes, right? It's the same thing, you guys. It's the same thing. Nicotine is highly addictive substance, but there's some people who smoke cigarettes and they can put them right down. Okay, when I started smoking cigarettes, I smoked cigarettes from the time I was 17 till the time I was 33, 34, and I just quit. I didn't get the nicotine patches. I didn't get no gum. I just quit. Okay. Now, I wasn't addicted to them. If I had been addicted, I wouldn't have been able to quit like that. Sorry, that was driving me crazy. I just put them down, baby, walked right away. I'm just a worried mom. I reach out in public. We love you, Tanya. Good point, Nicole. Scientists are working on the differences in genetics to know why different brains respond differently. Yeah, and you guys, I think it could be something that we are genetically predispositioned to, because in my family, a lot of people in my family are addicts. Okay. So, like on my mom's side, all her brothers and sisters and her dad is an alcoholic. Okay. On my dad's side, his dad was an alcoholic. So, it's really, I feel like it's handed down, you know what I mean? Generations to generations. Hey, Miss, so what's up, girl? That's what it is. I don't understand the ones who can smoke when they drink only. Like if I had one cig, I would start smoking again. Yeah. And see, I don't understand it either, but I was strung out on dope, you guys. But when it came to cigarettes, I smoked damn near every day, you guys. I smoked menthol cigarettes every day and I put them down, walked away. Now, it was a little difficult because like what I did was I had like a bunch of cigarette butts outside in a can, and so I stopped buying them and I started getting those cigarette butts out of the can and smoking those out of the can. Okay. And then when those ran out, I just didn't go back and get any more. But I swear to God, you guys, addiction it's a brain thing. It's, first of all, the addiction, it hijacks our brain. Okay, the substances do. And like your brain is just not wired. There's some kind of wire that is not connected the same way it's connected in somebody's brain who doesn't have the disease. And it's just, that's what it is. People can argue all day with me about it being a choice. This one lady was like, what'd she say? She told me that I was a sheeple because I was believing what the American Addiction or the American Medical Association was telling me. Listen, lady, I just know that addiction is a disease for a fact because I'm an addict. Okay, I've been through it myself. You know, that's how I know what's going on. My people are so hilarious, you guys. I told this story about the crazy shit I did while I was high on methamphetamine, and I was talking about my husband and I laying in the bed together, and I thought there was another woman in the bed with him while I was in the bed with him too. And people are like saying they did the same thing. Nate, Nate. Sorry, guys. He gets to going on that game and starts yelling and screaming. I have to get on to him. So anyway, both my parents smoked for over 40 years but never took drugs, but they were still addicted. Yes, my dad died from COPD and emphysema. You know what? That is still addiction. You're so right, Raimi. Very, very true. And you see what I'm saying now? Why is it that addiction and alcoholism are accepted amongst society, but when it comes to somebody who struggles with drug addiction, it's not, because alcohol is legal, and now they're making marijuana legal all over the place, and so that's going to be the next thing that people are going to start abusing. And then it's not going to be a big deal. Nobody's going to care if you smoke. And it's still like that. Like, a lot of people don't see it as a problem to have a marijuana addiction. I've even had people tell me, like, you can't be addicted to marijuana. And I used to think the same thing until I saw this guy. He has a channel. His name is CG Kid. He made a video about being addicted to marijuana. And I believe it, Yes, Rhonda, yes. So it's crazy, and it's almost like it skips a generation or something. You know what I mean? But anyway, I hope you guys know that, like, I really am just so happy to be here tonight, and I am really enjoying being on. I want my Real Talk Recovery family from YouTube to come over to TikTok and hang out with us on TikTok, you guys. I really think y'all will have a good time over there, and laugh and kiki with us, because we need y'all over there. Um, only 1 year, 3 months. I'm so proud of you, Misty. I'm so proud of you. I saw your post the other day. Misty, you got yourself sober, okay? I did not get you sober. You got yourself sober. You've done the work, okay? You're doing a great job, Misty. Yes, you need to, Merc. Merc, you will have so much fun. Right, Leslie? I want to talk about social media addiction. Same situation, you guys. Hey, Rhonda, did you come from TikTok, girl? Oh, wow. Sorry, Nancy. Yeah, Misty, how did you go to IOP today, or did you get set up with it? I forgot to ask you that. Merc, it is a whole addiction in itself. But here's the thing, you guys. It's fun, and it's actually, like, okay, there's healthy ways to do stuff, And so what I do is I've been scheduling out my videos over there, and saving them in my drafts so I can just post them. Don't knock it till you try it. That's where Molly came from, you guys. And she has been, like, she jumped right in and started hanging out with us over here, which I think is so amazing. That's what I want people to do, you guys. I want people to feel comfortable to come over here and hang out with us. And now that I'm finding, hold on, let me put the link to you guys. I'm going to put our Patreon link. And then if anybody wants to join Patreon, it's only $2 a month. So don't even be tripping. now that I know like what that's not right. That's not right, you guys. Now that I know what I can do, I'm not trying to like spread myself too thin, and I'm like actually having a good time. What I had been doing was I was trying to spread myself too thin, you guys, and I was trying to commit to all these things that I cannot do, right? I cannot like counsel every person one-on-one. I can't do it. It's impossible, right? But what I can do is do every Sunday Zoom meetings with my Real Talk Recovery patrons, right? I can't go live every single night here on TikTok. I mean YouTube. I sure as hell tried, but I can go live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday and have a good time over here and be energized and ready to go, right? I really figured it out because another thing that I was having problems with, you guys, was I was feeling guilty. I was feeling guilty because I felt like I wasn't doing enough. I felt like I wasn't giving enough. I felt like I didn't want anybody to think that I wasn't serious about helping people, and I was worried about whether people were going to be mad at me. And that's another thing that I'll tell you guys right now. Like, I don't play games like with people getting mad at me and saying stuff like, you didn't call me. Like, you can't get mad at me for that. If you're telling me that you're mad at me because I didn't call you, then if you're thinking about calling me, then you need to call me. Like, I don't like that. So that makes me so mad when people do that, because when your job is your phone and you're answering the phones all day long, if people want to call and talk to me, they need to call and talk to me. I answer the phone. You know what I mean? And so I really get upset when people think that they're the only person that maybe that it's like, no, I am literally text me. Sky texted me last night and I called her and we were talking and had the greatest conversation, because she texts me and says, "Hey girl, I love you. Hey Rebecca, oh, I appreciate that. I'm glad to see you in here." She texted me and said, "Hey, girl, I'm thinking about you. I love you." And I wanted to call her to tell her thank you. Same with Raimi. Raimi, when he wants to talk to me, he'll text me or call me. Same with Sam. When he wants to talk to me, he'll text me or call me. Like, I love you guys, and I wish that I could think of every single person and just text and call you guys right off the bat. Even my very good friends like Cindy, Misty, Nikki, Merk, Sam, Phil. Like, I wish I could call all you guys one at a time, but if I can't, I can't. So when I hear from you guys, it makes my day when y'all text me. Hey Ann, we missed you this week, Sunday. We can't wait to have you back in the next meeting on Sunday. Um, it makes me happy when you guys reach out to me and text me and stuff. I'm never not thinking about you guys. This channel is literally where I started my whole journey with my recovery, and it has helped me so much. Every one of you guys have helped me so much. And so when you start thinking in your mind that you're going to bother me, or I don't love you, or that's all a lie. That's lies that your mind is telling you. I just have, my job is just on my phone, and so I'm on my phone a lot. So when I have a few minutes to not be on it, you guys, I value that time. So, but I do not like it when people get angry at me for not calling them when all they have to do is call me. That's one of my pet peeves. So don't do that. That's where you found me, Rhonda. Okay, Rhonda, are you the Rhonda that I've been talking to on the phone? Is that you? Or no? I'm finally realizing that I can only do a little bit at a time. I'm just new to the group, and you can only do your best. If people want to demand things from you, then they just need to chill. Amen to that. But I'll tell you guys this, like, on Sundays, if you join Patreon, we're doing the patron only Zoom meetings. And I'm going to tell you guys, there's 52 people in there, and only about 12 or 13 of you guys have been coming. And we are reading this book right here, and we're not even halfway through it yet. We're just here. So I'm codependent. Okay, y'all, I'm codependent. I'm not going to even lie. I'm codependent. So I'm trying to learn to heal, It's what I'm having to do, Anne, is I'm having to set boundaries with people because what I have done, and it's not any of you guys' fault, it's my fault. What I did was I screwed up, you guys. I screwed up by acting and thinking that I could be of service to every single person all the time. And that was a mistake on my part. It is not humanly possible for me to do that. And so the best I can do is when you call me, I'll answer the phone and we can talk. But I cannot. Do you know I have to set an alarm on my phone to call and make sure I make appointments? You guys know that I have so many people that I'm trying to work with right now that I have to get their numbers and program them under certain categories so that way I don't forget to call them or I don't miss their appointment. So I'm really trying to work on being more organized, which is that's a problem for me. I'm one of these kind of people, you guys. I'm the kind of person that I will have all these notes, right? And all these phone numbers written down on this piece of paper. And then that piece of paper, it will be gone. I won't be able to find it. Exactly, Joe. Exactly. But what happened was, I know you guys remember like 8 months ago when we first started Corona and we started going live every night. I was so energized and enthused to do to do all this, right? And I was doing really good at the beginning, but as I got more involved with my job and as I started picking up momentum and more people started joining Real Talk Recovery and more people started joining the YouTube channel, I got to be where I can't do it. It's like and I'm doing good. You know what I'm doing good to do, guys? I'm doing good to remember all my people and know you guys when you come in. Like that is a talent. I know my people. You know what I mean? It is, and I'm doing amazing, but I have to get more organized. And so I'm telling you guys these things because like this is where I come on. My channel is like me venting. My channel is me sharing my experiences with different drugs. My channel is me sharing my recovery journey. My channel is me crying when my husband pisses me off. My channel is me being a mom. Like this is just the Real Talk Recovery bleh. So I'm telling you guys this because these are things that I need to work on now. I need to work on being more organized. I need to work on getting more people to help with Real Talk Recovery also, because I can't rely on Merck and Mama and Misty and Nikki and Cindy to be the only ones in. Hey, Jeff. To be the only ones in the Real Talk Recovery chat, because what if they can't be there one day? What if they need a day off? And so what's happening is we are growing exponentially at a rate that I can't even keep up with. And now that we are on TikTok, you guys, now we're going to be growing even bigger. Jeff, honey, you better be ready because Mara is going to be blowing up. Every single time somebody reaches out to me on TikTok, I am linking them to Mara. I'm linking them to our chat group so they can get to the meetings and be with all of us. Like it is gonna be huge, you guys. It's gonna be great. But anyway, if you're somebody who is trying to help people and you're utilizing social media, like it's really, really a good application to use to reach mass amounts of people at the same time. And so I want everybody to know about Mara. You should hear all the people that are asking me. Hold on, I'll show y'all. I got a video on it where they're like, "What's Mara?" And I'm like, "Oh, Mara is Medication Assisted Recovery Anonymous." And they're like, "What? I've never even heard of that." Nobody. And it's like, I'm telling you guys, like, we have to keep on sharing the word, and yeah, and here's the thing, like So in that Hangouts chat where you guys link the Mara meetings, which is such a big deal. Like I really think it helps to link things for people so that way because I think a lot of people, they don't know when to go in or click where to find it. Now, if they join the Facebook group, they would know, you know what I mean? That's also a good idea. We need to when we're in the Mara Facebook group, if we're not, we need to link the meetings like we do in the Hangouts about 10 minutes before the meeting happens. You know what I mean? So that way everybody can come and be in there. I'll tell you this. It's a better way to get people to where they can actually make it. I know that's what helps me remember. I have been slacking on my meetings, you guys, but I'll tell you this. It's been a good week. Hopefully I'll be able to make it to this Saturday and Sunday. That was my plan for this Saturday and Sunday, but I went to the pumpkin patch with my little boy, which was you guys, I needed that. I went to the pumpkin patch with Neil and Nate. We got a pumpkin. We made him a skeleton pumpkin. It was really cool. Where is the stinking video? Okay, well, anyways, I have it here and I need to make another one because we just hit 12,000 on TikTok. So anyway, y'all know how I am. I'm a huge advocate for this, for Mara. Here we go. It's a big deal to me that people find it because for a long time I didn't feel like I had anywhere to go and share what I was going through and actually be honest about it. You know, that was the problem, is like I can go to an AA or an NA meeting, but I can't be honest there, you guys. I can't share everything that I'm going through because when I do, I feel like I'm being judged, you know, and that's why I love Mara. That's why I feel comfortable there. So I think it's also really important, you guys, for us. Jeff, if you're still in here, I want you to know that I know what you're talking about when you say wolf in sheep's clothing. I think it's really important if people are having Mara meetings that they be people who they understand why Mara is so important. Sometimes I think that people want to help and that are allies and they want to support us, but they still don't truly understand. They don't understand, you know. 2 months in with recovery delivered because of you. Things are great. Dude, I'm so happy to hear that. You got to tell Marcus because he's actually the guy who put me on to them and hooked me up with that link. And I've been really I want to make sure that I knew it was legit because I talked to him, but I found another company, you guys, that does Suboxone treatment through telemedicine. Jeff, I will text you later because I have a whole story to tell you about that. Anyway, this man reached out to me. I don't know if he's a doctor or what, but he has another kind of telemedicine link like that. And I'm doing some research to figure out how legit it is. But you guys, they're making it so available to people through telemedicine. So if you're somebody who has had an addiction to heroin or opiates, or you're seeing a doctor and they're just not good, right? They're not helping you with your treatment and your recovery. I have so many resources to Suboxone telemedicine that it's amazing. Like I think this is so awesome, you guys. I remember a time where people couldn't get this medication because these doctors would make it so expensive. Now, this other place that I found, y'all don't even know. This other place that I found, let me read to you what he sent me, okay? Hold on. There he is. Okay. So he says, hi, I currently run a business that saves people money on their Suboxone expenses by switching to in-network doctors. I like your channel and I'd like to pay you to be one of our affiliated influencers. If you'd like, I'd love to help you save on Suboxone if you're still on it. We could work something out, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, so it's a way for you guys, if you are seeing a doctor and you have to pay cash, right? That's what I'm saying, Merc. I think so. I think I can get it cheaper. Isn't this crazy? By having, so this guy reached out to me about, they set you up with a doctor, and they service all 50 states. And so they set you up with a doctor that's in network, so you get your Suboxone cheaper. So I think that's pretty awesome. But let me do some research, because I want to make sure it's legit, like the other place that I joined on with. But I mean, if we can get it for cheaper, then why not? You know what I mean? So I found one here in Arkansas for Neil, and their treatment's only $150 a month. So we save money where we can, you know? And you guys know, if you need resources or you want to check out any of these places, just send me a message on Instagram or Facebook, or on the Real Talk Recovery phone line. Just text me and I'll give you the information. I just want you guys to know that, like, I'm so happy with how things are going. Right, Ramey? Like, you guys, I want you to know, I am never going to put you in a place where you're not going to be taken care of. I am not going to take I am not going to take a deal or a affiliated link from a doctor or from a treatment center unless there is a good place. Okay, I'm not going to be affiliated with somebody who's just going to come and take advantage of you. You know, a lot of people look at maintenance medication as, oh, they just want our money. You guys, it's a business. Okay, at the end of the day, treatment is a business. Rehab is a business. Medication is a business. Okay, that's just the way it is. But there are doctors like Dr. B who actually care about you staying on the right track and about you not dying from the disease of addiction. So yes, it is a business. Yes, money has to be made, right? To keep the doors open. But you know what? You find good people who actually care, you know, and that's why I'm so happy to be a part of Dr. B's team, because not only do they care, we care about helping people, but they care about me. You know, when my husband pulled that fast one the other 2 weeks ago or whatever, they were the first people to make sure that I was okay and that if I needed anything and checking on me. Like, that's amazing. Like, I don't, it's hard to find people like that these days, you guys. And so we have a good thing going on over here. This whole Real Talk Recovery family, it's getting bigger and bigger every single day, but we have a good support system here. And you guys are all such good friends to each other. Like, I see it, you know, and I'm really, really happy to, I'm just happy that you guys are all doing good. I love you guys so much, and I'm really proud of everybody. And I was the same way, Merc. Like, I never hesitated to pay for my dope. And that's what I try to explain to people. It's like, you have to invest in your recovery. Okay? You invest in it just like you would invest in a nice purse or a pair of shoes or a new watch. This is about your life and whether or not you live or die. So I'm going to let y'all go. I don't want to keep y'all on here all night, but I will get you guys, if anybody wants that information about the Suboxone doctor cheaper treatment thing, let me know. I'm literally researching it right now to make sure it's all good in the hood. If any of you guys want to join Patreon and do the Codependent No More with us, here is the link to that. And I will see you guys Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and then Friday night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And just so you guys know, we're going to get back on track with our MARA meetings on Friday nights on Real Talk Recovery. So, yeah, we're going to get back on track with that. So that way we'll be focusing more on, you know, MARA support on Fridays. I want you guys to, like, that are on maintenance or that are into that, to come up and share. And I might even just we might just do a 20-minute live stream here on YouTube and get everybody here, and then shut it down and go to Zoom, so we can just do the Zoom meeting and everybody can share without having to be recorded. So we'll do that on Friday. We'll go live. We'll get everybody here. We'll drop the Zoom links in the chat, and then we'll go to Zoom and we'll do our meeting so everybody can share in private. Okay? I think that's a good idea. Don't y'all think that's a good idea? I do. So I'll see y'all Wednesday at 7. I love y'all. Good night.